Huh? You tripping.
County Sheriff's Office, how can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to speak to someone about a false writ of restitution eviction.
Sure. Let me send you over to our civil unit. They deal with writs of restitution.
No, I need. Well, I guess so. We can start there. That's fine.
Yes. So they have our civil unit deals with writs of restitution. They also have the detectives and I would say the detectives, the ones who actually serve it. So most likely they'll be able to give you an answer.
All right. Thank you.
King County Sheriff's Civil Process Unit.
Yes, I have a issue here, sir, in regards to an eviction that's supposed to take place on Saturday in Redmond.
Saturday. We don't do evictions on the weekends.
Well, a King County Sheriff's Office eviction date anytime after 11:59 p.m. April 9, 2021. If you have any questions as to procedures followed by the sheriff in executing this court order, call before 7:30 a.m. by Detective David Easterly.
Okay.
Who's David Easterly? 206-423. Yeah, who's he?
899-8891, I believe.
Yes.
He is one of our detectives whom performs services of process and evictions.
Okay, well, he served something to me the day after Easter, and it says here, the state of Washington, to the sheriff of King County, greetings. A judge of the above court signed an order granting a writ of restitution under RCW 5918 and has found by a preponderance of evidence that the defendant's conduct does constitute a significant and immediate risk to the health and safety of others created by the resident, as required by the emergency order 20-19.4. Now, therefore, you, the sheriff, are hereby commanded to deliver to the plaintiff, possession of the following premises: River Park Apartments, limited access, 15791 Bear Creek Parkway, apartment number B305, Redmond, King County, Washington, 98052, to remove the defendants and all other occupying the premises and make return of this writ according to law. If you are not able to return the writ within 10 days, the return of this writ shall be automatically extended for a second 40-day period. You are also authorized to break and enter as necessary. And it says witness the Honorable, and it's a stamp, not even a signature, Henry H. Judson III. And it says Judge of Superior Court, the seal thereof, April 2nd, 2021. And it says Superior Court Clerk Barbara Manor, Clerk of the Superior Court for King County, Washington, by I. Brown, Deputy. And then it says, my manager, Julia Stepanchenko, and her phone number, 425-885-4160. And it says sheriff's fee, $171. And it says Bristol Restitution-1. But in the bottom lower half side, it says Puckett and Redford, PLLC, 901 Fifth Avenue, Suite 800, Seattle, Washington, 98164, telephone 206-386-4800. Now, this doesn't look like King County paperwork to me from a court judge. I never went to court.
Okay. What is your name, sir?
Emmanuel.
And last name?
O-N-E-N. You want the case number?
All right, there. Go ahead.
21-2-04298-4SEA, and beneath it says writ of restitution. And it's in the top it says in the Superior Court of the State of Washington in and for the County of King Seattle, and it's Equity Residential Management LLC plaintiff versus me, Emmanuel Onen, number 20671.0023, and defendant. And it says important notice. Part in all caps, in bold letter, it says, important notice, partial payments, your landlord's acceptance of a partial payment from you after service of this writ of restitution will not automatically postpone or stop your eviction. If you have a written agreement with your landlord that the eviction will be postponed or stopped, it's your responsibility to provide a copy of the agreement to the sheriff. The sheriff will not cease action unless you provide a copy of the agreement at the direction of the court. The sheriff will take further action. And I have another list of what they're going to do. Well, he was putting this notice on my door, this green thing right here. And I opened it, and I filmed it. And I'm sorry to say I put his ass on Instagram because I had to, because I'm not putting my shit in the streets. It says, Sheriff King County, warning, all persons are notified.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
I'm sorry, it sounds like you keep turning away from the phone.
Oh, sorry,
I can hear you and then I can barely hear you.
Oh, sorry, I had to go get this off the wall. It says, Sheriff King County, warning, all persons are notified that the premises located at 15791 Bear Creek Parkway, number B303, will be subject to an eviction carried out by officers of the King County Sheriff's Office on or after the date of, and it's circled, Saturday, April 10th, 2021. Bullet point, any person remaining on the premises after the above date will be physically removed. The second, it says, any person who interferes with or obstructs sheriff's officers in the performance of their duties will be arrested. All possessions and property will be placed in storage or on the street or public access regardless of weather conditions. Animals found on the premises will be taken to the local animal control shelter, and it says you must vacate this premises at once. And it says no further warning notice will be given, and this is Detective Easterly, 206-423-8891.
What is it that I can do for you or clarify for you?
I need this to stop because the Redmond Police Department raided my home in collusion with my management company here, and I have that also on my Instagram. And I need to talk to a lieutenant over there about that happening. But I've been trying to file a complaint against them, and I just left him in one of the Mr. Truder, I think it is, or whatever his name is, Luger or Truder, at the Redmond Police Department to be able to file a complaint about them coming into my house, searching for a gun that was not here, and destroying my house on January 14th, and being let in here by this apartment complex that I'm being evicted from. Right? And the law firm they used is involved in a stabbing I was involved in 10 years ago. The Puckett and Redford law firm of Seattle, Washington. I have a confession from a jury trial from the person who stabbed me that he failed to come to, showing my innocence of that situation, because I have a charge on my name of assault right now for 10 years behind this stabbing. And he can get this off of my name with this confession that I gave him. And he's refusing to admit that I gave it to him. And they're trying to get rid of me and get me out of here. I live here. They made me terminate my lease. I signed an agreement for $5,000. They were paying me off. And then they failed to give me the money. But then I got my stimulus package. So I started spending my own money to find an apartment because I signed an agreement for $5,000 to get out of here. And two of them, first for $35,000 and then another one for $5,000 once I told them, fuck you, because you won't give me time to get out on time. I'm on King County Housing Authority vouchers, and I have to contact King County Housing Authority and let them know after I terminate this lease. They know everything. These guys are trying to throw me in the street. I'm not going in the street, sir. And I'm going to call the police when these sheriffs show up on Saturday. And me and the cop, and probably the detectives who raided my home, who were involved in a killing blocks from here at the Modera Apartments a month before I got here, which is also suspicious, because there was another killing they did in Kingsgate, in front of the Kingsgate condominiums, where I lived, and shot Mr. Castellano. So they have no body cams and no dash cams, and they grabbed me in front of my house when I was leaving. This woman had me set up. I walked outside, and 7 cars, squad cars, hopped out with guns and detectives and grabbed me and drugged me down the street into an office this woman just banned me from and started questioning me about a gun, sir. And then ran in my house and destroyed my house looking for something and did not find it. And then drove off, and the sergeant of the detectives was with them, Mr. Bolarud. So that is a problem. And that's why my stuff is not going in the streets right now. So I called the Redmond Police Department, and there's a lieutenant over there who was trying to talk to me, but I can't use my phone right now because I have a free phone, and they made us switch our SIM cards, and I can't receive phone calls. So I went and bought another cheap phone, and I'm trying to turn it on after I get off this phone call to leave my number for some people to respond to me. And I can leave it at any police department because we have some big problems here with 4 departments, sir. There's some shootings involved and that stabbing involved too. And it's really real, and there's case numbers to go with it. And there's lies from people, and they're not coming from me. I just won from a woman in Juanita before moving here for racial discrimination stuff. She tried to charge me for some craziness, saying I was trying to do something to her, and she lost. in Bellevue District Court on August 19, 2020. And I moved, and they let her stay in that apartment complex across from me. She was coming into the unit next to me and harassing me with the other neighbor with vape and other things. And I won against her, and I moved here. And I warned them not to do it. And this is what they came up with. Let's get his house raided. That we've been going to war since I moved in. Because I don't smoke and I don't drink, and I'm an alcoholic, and I quit. And my anniversary is May 5th, 2012. And every place I move to, they allow people to vape around me and smoke and blow it into my house. And they won't stand up for me and will let them do this. And they don't like my stance on some other issues as far as the LGBTQ community also. And I'm at a very gay community here. And men have been hitting on me and coming to my house with their clothes off and other issues. I have paperwork from another apartment complex where a man was hitting on me 3 or 4 times, and he was told to stay away from me. And I've been getting left by the metro buses as this all has been happening. And I've been recording it and sticking it all over my social media because I have no money to have an attorney to fight any of this. I just got banned from Home Depot for a year and didn't even touch anything in there. Okay, it's a lot of racial shit going on the side of the water. I need some help here. So who's going to do what for me? Because I'm not moving at all on Saturday. So send whoever, and I'm going to go live on you guys. Believe that, and call the cops.
Okay, so have you talked to Detective Easterly?
Yep, and he talked shit to me just now and he hung up on me just now and said, we're coming anyway.
Okay. What we do is we execute the court order as we've received. If you get another court order, some type of court action that stops this, delays it, ends it, that kind of thing, we would need to receive a copy of that to be able to do something other than what is currently on the order we've already
What I
received.
did is found the CDC moratorium on Monday, staying up all night trying to find how dirty this person is who signed this Mr. Hammond here, Henry Hammond. He's a thief, a woman said, and he's trying to steal money, and he should be in jail. But this is the judge he's talking about, who has no record. So we checked him out. So what I did is I found a moratorium from the CDC, which allows me not to have to move or my stuff to be put in the street. So I signed it, docu-signed it, and used it through Acrobat and sent it to about 5 or 6 different entities. The Housing Justice Project was involved in this, but they just tapped out. So I'm basically on my own right now because they don't think they're going to win in court, so whatever. And they reached out to me. And I have 2 cases pending right now with the Human Rights Commission in Washington State, now against them. See, I filed against them that Monday. The Wednesday, their law firm said, hey, you have until the 31st to be out. But hold on. The following week, I just signed some paperwork to get 5 Gs from you guys because I caught you lying. You removed statements from 2 affidavits trying to call me some kind of criminal in here, right? So I took those 2 statements and I filled out a questionnaire because I already have an active case in Kingsgate about this woman doing the same thing in Kingsgate. So I asked her at the beginning of the year, can I do the same thing for this place? Because I moved in October 21st, and on December 16th, they gave me a lease violation here, and I said that straight up to the state, and I told them I was going to do that. I said, this woman's going to be a problem. She's doing the exact same thing I just went through, so take this file and put it to the side. We'll deal with River Park right now, or with Kingsgate right now, but this woman's going to do something, and look at what happened. Boom. They let the cops into my house and destroyed my home and raided my home, who also had no COVID-19 check running in here. And Detective Tolbert had no mask on when he grabbed me with his officers with guns all over them, with no dash cams and no body cams, and drugged me a block into an office I was just banned from this very same woman who let them in there. So this is ridiculous now. So I know my stuff's not going to be in the street, so I don't know what to tell you, but what I am going to do is I'm going to call back after I activate this phone and give you a number to be able to contact me back with so we can communicate about this. Because this sheriff right here, Mr. Easterly, we're not talking no more. He just hung up on me, and he was a punk and talking shit when he came to my door. And I stuck his video on Instagram and Facebook anyway. So I'm going to keep doing that until somebody makes sure my stuff ain't in the street. So I'll call back with that number, and my name is Emmanuel Onen, O-N-E-N, sir. Do you need a case number, or do you have everything?
I have the case number there.
All right.
You can contact us and give us the new.
I will do that in about 10 minutes.
When you have that. Okay. Now, to be clear on this, we do, to be able to stop this, have to receive something from the court.
So how do I do that?
From the issuing attorney.
Oh, I can have it sent from the attorney, from my attorney, but not from the issuing attorney. You're not going to get that because Puck and Redford are involved in this dirt. So how would they do that?
Okay.
I have to convince them not to do that.
So,
because this writ of restitution is false because I signed agreement for $5,000. And the number 5 stipulation within that agreement, I have the stipulations with me right now. It says, upon signing this document, you are to receive $197 for a deposit, a holding deposit, because I missed 3 apartments because they've been playing this game. He was supposed to give me my money that day, and he delayed me. He said, you can't get it till next Wednesday. But I already signed the thing, right? So I was left with nothing. And God sent my $1,400 from the stimulus package that Friday. As soon as they did that. And I've been spending my own money looking for a place. So I'm spending my own stimulus to look for a place. And then they said, hey, you got to be out by the 31st now. But hold on. No, they made up by preponderance of evidence, I'm a risk to the health and safety, which is one of the things that will disqualify you from allowing the CDC to stop you from being in your stuff thrown on the street. They had to find that. So Mr. Easley knows that too. Because he just told me that and hung up on my face. He said, you qualify. I said, but this thing is fake. He said, it doesn't matter. I'm coming anyway. I said, no. You can't say that you're going to give me $5,000, and then if I don't get out by the due date that I'm signing for, that you can start an eviction. And I have until tomorrow by 4 o'clock to do so on 2 different statements, on a $3,500 statement and on a $5,000 statement. And now I got this. I never went to court. Where's my due process? Where's my judge? Which judge is this? I never met him. So how can he sign this shit and say I'm somebody? I have this copy right here.
Do you have an attorney, sir?
I have an attorney through the Housing Justice Project. They just quit on me, but you can call them. Her name is Renee Bullerud. I'll call them right now. They're going to answer the phone, and they have about 200 plus pieces of evidence. They know all this. Everybody knows all this. I don't understand why people aren't going to jail.
So for specifically the civil process unit being directed by the court to remove, that is the court order. If you have an attorney, you can make request of them to petition the court for some type of action that will stop what we have already been ordered to do.
Okay.
So we have to receive something from the court.
How do we remove this guy who signed this thing? Because he's a commissioner. He's not even a judge. And he has a horrible record, and they're calling him a thief. And that's what I want to do. I looked up the fact that I can ask for this man to be removed and have for a judge to see this case. That's what I want to do. This Mr. Henry H. Judson III, I want to file a motion to have him removed.
Regrettably, I have no information on that. I'm not an attorney.
Okay.
So I'm a technician who helps to handle some of these actions.
Okay.
But the legal advice that I can give you
is to ask my attorney to
limited.
Okay.
Yeah, it's incredibly limited. What I can tell you about the whole situation, I can tell you about our process, what we do and don't do, and what we require to be able to stop the process. Okay. So
I got you. So let me reach out to them and see if they'll do that for me. If they can write something to get them to stop this writ or petition.
All right, there.
And then what do I do from there? They know what to do or what?
You would want to make sure that we get a copy of the actual order that directs us to do something other than
this.
What we've already been commanded to do.
I got you. Thank you.
All right, there.
Thank you, sir. What's your name?
Do you have any other?
What's your name, sir? Renard. All right. Now,
Renard.
I have no choice. I have to do that. I have to try and do that. But that's what I got to do first.
All right. Did you have any other questions while you have me on the line?
No, I don't.
All right, there.
Thank you.